Hi everyone, Jack here. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, I'm going to teach you how to do corner to corner crochet technique. I have a pattern that I'm working on right now where I'm going to put the link for this video in the pattern, which is my pattern for my corner to corner baby blankets. Everyone's kind of been gaga over those, so I figured I'd finally write one up. Now, to get started with corner to corner crochet, there's one big thing that you have to understand, and I actually have a sample block for this. Corner to corner is worked on the diagonal. So instead of going from the bottom up, row to row and increasing from there and turning the entire thing like you normally would, corner to corner is started in one corner, working in blocks. We'll get into that in a second. And you start with one block, then two block, then three block, then so on and so forth. And you keep going until you get to your widest point, and then you decrease. So you're making a square or a rectangle. Pretty simple. Trust me, it's not as scary as it looks. The other cool thing that you can do with corner to corner when you get used to it is you'll see a lot of people doing graphghans or using pixel art as a guide for a graphghan. 1 pixel equals 1 block. That's how it works. But that's a whole other ball game. I haven't even touched graphghans yet, but it's the same stitch technique. It's very simple. So here's what we're going to do. 2 parts to this. The first part is we're going to learn how to do the increase, and then we'll learn how to do the decrease. I do my decreases a little bit differently than some do, so I wanted to make sure that I had a video talking specifically about that. All right, so let's get into it. Grab your hook and your yarn. As long as your hook is appropriately sized for your yarn, you're good to go. When I do my baby blankets specifically, I like to have my blocks a little bit tighter knit, as it were. So I like to go down a hook size when I do those, but that's just me. Use whatever you're comfortable with for today's tutorial. All right, to start with, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, now you're going to get really good at knowing where the 4th chain from the hook is because that is a major step in this. What you're going to do then is you're going to put a double crochet in the 4th chain from hook. Now, what I like to do, you don't have to do it this way, is I like to take my thumb and I just cover up the bottom 2 chains, and that automatically tells me exactly where I need to stick my hook. Here we go. Double crochet in the 4th chain from hook. And then we're going to do a double crochet in the next 2 remaining chains. So that's number 2 and number 3. Whoop, there we go. Okay, now that this is finished, I want to spread this out and show this to you. This is one block. The whole point of this block is you have 3 double crochets and a chain 3, which counts as your first double crochet. Please keep that in mind, that the chain 3, anytime you see a chain 3 or 3 leftover chains from an increase, anything like this, any chain 3 is considered your first double crochet, okay? You want it to look like it's 4 double crochet stitches, when in reality it's a chain 3 and 3 double crochet stitches, okay? From here, because we need to make it bigger, we're still on an increase. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Once again, I'm going to put my thumb over the bottom 2 and put a double crochet into the 4th chain from hook. And then we're going to do a double crochet in each one remaining. That's number 2 and number 3. Okay, now that you have it like this, here's where turning in corner to corner is a little bit different than what we're used to with traditional crochet. Instead of turning the entire thing, what you're going to do is you're going to take the block here and flip it up. You want this chain 3 space that we made when we put the double crochets in the 4th chain from hook facing up. And what you're going to do is you're going to put a slip stitch right into that. So that way you are now working in this block. Now, from here, remember how I said that the chain 3 is always considered the first double crochet? Well, here we go. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and you're going to put 3 double crochets into this chain 3 space. 1, 2, and 3. All right. Now, we've successfully completed row 2. See how that worked? We're going to do one more together, and then I'll make this block a little bigger, and then we'll come back for the decrease. All right? So, what we're going to do, because we still need to be bigger, and this is not going to make a blanket, unless it's for a very small doll, we need to chain up 6 one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once again, you know what to do. 4th chain from hook, put in a double crochet, and another one, and one more. Come on, there we go. Anytime you increase when you are at the end of a row, you are going to do the chain 6 and make a brand new block that way. Anytime you're in the middle, you're going, where you have the next block is right next to you, you're going to slip stitch in, chain 3, 3 double crochet in the block, and I'll show you. All right, once again, we're going to flip this up so that way the chain 3 spaces on the ends of the block are facing up, so they're accessible. All right, slip stitch into the chain 3 space, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, counts as the first double crochet, and we're going to put 3 double crochets into that chain 3 space. 1, 2, and 3. All right, beautiful. Now, just like we did before, anytime you have this space here, we're going to slip stitch into it. And we're going to chain 3. And we're going to put, you guessed it, 3 double crochets into the chain 3 space to complete this block. All right. So, now that you see how this is working up, I'll be right back. I'm going to continue on a little bit to get it to the size that I need it for to show you a proper decrease, and then I'll be right back with the decrease. All right, so continue on, and then come on back when you're ready to decrease. All right, everyone, we are back. I have taken the liberty of working this up even further. You can see how quickly this works up. You know, we were just back here, you know, not that long ago, and now, ba-boom, we're here. Okay, so to decrease, this is how I do it. If you prefer a different method from a different creator, that's totally fine. But this is the way that I like to do it because it gives a nice clean edge. Okay, once you have it the way that you want it, you know, the size that you want it at, what you're going to do is, once you're here, you're going to turn the whole thing. Ooh, I'm off camera. You're going to turn the whole thing, and you see how you have your 3 stitches here, and then your, you know, boom, 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 chain 3 space. All right, what you're going to do is you're going to skip this guy here, but you're going to go right in here, and you're going to slip stitch across and into your chain 3 space. It's very important that you slip stitch into your chain 3 space. But do you see how it made this nice border here? All right, now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 3 and put another 3 double crochets. You're just going to make this like it's another block, because remember, you have to fill in the spaces. 2 and 3. Okay, now from here, we're going to repeat across till we get to here, just like we would with any other regular row. Slip stitch, chain 3, 3 double crochets. 1, oops, hold on, caught something there. 2, and 3. All right, slip stitch, chain 3, 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. See? Just like we would any normal row. We're going to keep doing this across. Slip stitch, 1, 2, 3, and 3 double crochets. 3, chain 3, 3 double crochets. We're gonna just keep doing this. We'll get there. Takes a minute. I will say, when you're coming into a piece, into the block here, where you have to constantly pull across this, there is a chance of hooking onto this little flap here, this block here that you don't need quite yet. So if you need to, fold this down so that way you're not accidentally whacking into something here. All right, when you get to here, this is what I do. I like to slip stitch and put one more block in this space. It may make it look a little bit more rectangular, but this is just what I do. So I'm going to do chain 3, three double crochets, all right. Now, from here, turn the whole thing. And remember how we did the very first block down here? Same thing. All right. So we are going to go into one, the next two, and then the chain 3 space, all slip stitch, just like that. And then we're going to put another block into the chain 3 space. So you're going to chain 3 and 3 double crochet. Okay. Oop, losing it there. And you're going to continue across until you get to here. So I'm going to continue across, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we've gotten to about the end of this row. Like I said, I was going to do this part, and then it's going to be right back, and I'm right back. Now, what we're going to do is, just like before, we're going to slip stitch into this chain 3 space. Now, instead of slip stitching across this or anything like that, we're going to leave that alone. We're going to turn this entire thing like we did before. And now, we remember when we first started the ends, I told you to skip the first stitch there and just do 2 slip stitches, slip stitch across the next 2 stitches and then into the chain 3 space. Because we have a slip stitch here and we have this space here now, and it's not going to be clunky if we do it, now we're going to go across all 3 double crochet stitches and then into the chain 3 space, okay? So we're going to slip stitch across. In this case, it's going to be 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go into the chain 3 space, okay? And that makes that nice edge again, just like before. You see how it looks really, really clean? Then we're going to add in, we're going to do our block here. So chain 3, add in, and 3 double crochets into the chain 3 space, just like usual. And once again, we're just going to keep going across. This is where it can get time consuming with both the increase and the decrease, is that it's a lot of repetition, like any pattern, of just going across the blocks, and you'll notice it on the edges as you're making progress. 2, 3. But as you can see, you're decreasing the number of blocks that you have to make, or stitch into, I should say. All right, there's that one. One more, and then we'll be on the other side. 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on, there we go. All right. And here, same thing. Slip stitch into here. Flip the entire thing over. Now we have this stitch available, so we're going to slip stitch across all 3. 1, 2, 3, and into the chain 3 space for that nice clean edge. I'm going to chain 3 and put 3 stitches into this chain 3 space because we have to fill in the blocks. And you're just going to keep doing that across the entire thing. going, chain 3, 3 double crochets, all right, slip stitch in, turn, same as before. We have the 3 stitches available instead of just the 2 at the end, if my yarn doesn't get tangled. 1, 2, 3 slip stitches, slip stitch into the chain 3 space, chain 3, three double crochets. Three, ooh, missing a stitch. There we go. There's number 3. Slip stitch, turn, one more time, 1, 2, 3, and chain 3 space, 1, 2, 3. Now, because this is the last corner, we're going to do the block here. All right, there's that 3rd double crochet. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to slip stitch into this, and to finish off this corner, we're going to turn the whole thing and do our slip stitches across. 1, 2, 3, and into the chain 3 space. And from here, what you're going to do is you're just going to finish off and then weave in your ends. And that's it. That's how you do it. That is corner to corner crochet. So here is the piece that we just finished, and here's the sample block. Thanks for joining me. I hope this helped. Any questions, please drop them in the comments below. Don't forget to look me up on Twitch if you want to see any of my crochet streams, and keep an eye out on Ravelry for that pattern. I'll be making the announcement once it goes live. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and don't forget to make something fun today.